Hello, what's up YouTube? Photographer running with another color grading tutorial. And in this tutorial, I want to show you how I did the color grading for this very image. So this image was part of a retouching and color grading challenge by GT Shortit. And I'm going to link his Instagram in the description of this very video so that you guys can check him out. He's an amazing photographer. So the link to his Instagram is going to be in the description of this very video so that you can check him out and maybe follow his Instagram. So right now I'm just going to do the color grading and I'll show you how I did the color grading for this very image from this very challenge. You can see it is a very nice and beautiful and very well lit image. So I want to show you the process or the steps I undertook when I was doing the color grading for this very image. So most of you loved it when I posted it on Instagram. So I want to show you basically what I did when I was doing the color grading. So usually I color grade in Capture One, and right now I'm using Capture One 21, and this is my interface right now. And if I told you want to have it the way it is looking or the way mine is looking, simply come to Window and come to Workspace and come right here to Migration, and you'll have it looking like mine right here. And if I told you missing any adjustments as we're going on with this tutorial, you have to come and simply right click where you have the adjustments. So you have to come right click anywhere where you have the adjustments and come to Add Tool and add whichever tool that you're missing in your Capture One. And those interested in getting Capture One, you can simply Google or visit the Capture One website and you can download it, and make sure you pay for a license in order to access all these features by Capture One. So after doing all that, we're just going to go straight into color grading this very image. So usually in Capture One, I do the basic adjustments on the very image or on the background layer itself. Then I do the color grading on a well separate layer because I don't want, or I want to work non-destructively when I'm basically color grading. That is why I create a separate layer for my color grading. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a basic adjustments, for example, correcting the lighting issues in this very image and the contrast issues concerning the image. So usually I take down the highlights just like that, and I do the same for my whites. Then I open up my shadows. So you get back the image looking quite better, but I don't open them all the way. Then I come to contrast and add a little bit of contrast to the image up to around 5. So the majority of the contrast is added under the levels adjustment. So just come, I drag in my blacks just like that, and you can see that adds a little bit of contrast or more contrast within the image. So when I feel like the image is a little bit underexposed, I come and open up the shadows just like that and take down the whites, and that gets the image to look better. So like I said, I usually do the basic or lighting correction issues or contrast issues on this very layer. So in order to start color grading this very image, I'm just going to come on the plus icon and I'm just going to right click and I come to new field adjustment layer right here. And after that, I'm just going to come and start color grading this very image. So when you create a new field adjustment layer, it means that it's going to color grade or do a global color grading on the overall image right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come all the way down to my color editor, and under color editor we have basic, advanced, and skin tone. And if at all you don't have color editor, like I said at the start of this tutorial, simply right click anywhere on these adjustments, right click, and as soon as you right click, you can come to Add Tool and add the color editor tool if at all you're missing or lacking it in your Capture One. So for this case, I'm just going to go straight into skin tone and simply get the color picker tool right here. I'm just going to zoom in. So I just want to get a representation of the rest of the skin for this model right here. So for this case, just going to sample an area and I make sure that I have a uniform skin color or skin tone for the model. So just going to sample an area close to this point right here. And as soon as I click right here, it's going to show me the colors that fall within the selected color range. So usually when you're color grading, you don't want to maybe change the jewelry too much. So what I have to do, I'm just going to come down here and come to view selected color range. And you can see it has also selected the outfit of the model. So you don't want to change or alter the outfit of the model. So what we're going to do, we're just going to come and take out the range from the gold outfit right here, or the jewelry right here or the styling. So I'm just going to come the yellows and click and drag it out of the yellows and slightly deselect those yellows because I don't want to change them too much. So I'm just going to come and take it out of the yellows. So this looks fine, it looks okay to me. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come and turn this off and just come straight into uniformity. I'm just going to take the uniformity slider up because what I'm looking at, I just want to get a uniform skin for this model right here. So as soon as I take that up, it's going to make the skin look a little bit reddish in color, but that is not the most important emphasis for the skin tone matching process right here. So I'm just going to come and take up the saturation, and the image is going to look a little bit odd, it's going to look a little bit awkward. And basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come to the amount, and this is where the magic is going to happen or take place. So if at all you look at the amount slider, so if at all you move it towards the left hand side, it's going to add more magentas to the image. And remember, we just want to get rid of the magentas within the skin tone, meaning the opposite of magenta is going to be green. So I'm just going to move this into the opposite of magenta, which is the green side. So I'm just going to take this to the green side and just look at how the skin is going to start looking nice and better in this case. And just look at how the images now are looking a little bit better. So this is not all because the skin is not yet looking nice or better at all. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come down to my color balance, and this is where the magic or most of the magic is going to happen. So under this you have shadow, mid-tone, and highlight. And under this I'm just going to come and first of all go straight into the highlights. I'm just going to come and add a green color to my highlights just like that, and that is going to make the image look better in this case after around, I think. So you can see the more you move it towards the edges, is going to increase on the intensity of that color, and the more close to the center it is going to basically add less of that color. So I'm just going to leave it at around right here. This looks okay. I'm going to come to the mid-tone and I'm just going to add an orange color to the mid-tone just like that. I'm just trying to get rid of the magentas which were in the skin tone just like that. So after that I'm just going to come to my shadows and I'm going to add a bluish kind of color to my shadows, just a tiny bit, or a cyan kind of feel to the shadows. This looks okay, but we are not yet there. So I'm just going to come back to the color editor and I'm just going to make this a little bit more uniform and increase on the saturation, and come to the amount option and also intensify or increase on the saturation. Then after doing that, I'm just going to come back to the basic and play around with the orange color right here. So with the orange color selected, I can come and take the magentas out of the skin tone just like that. Up to around 4.4, it looks okay to me. And after that, I feel like the image is a little bit underexposed when you are trying to match or even out the skin color of the model. So I'm just going to come to my saturation and slightly take that up for the oranges and take down the lightness just like that. So the image is now getting into shape. So basically what I did, I increased on the intensity of the blues right here. So I came straight to the blue color right here and I increased on the saturation of that color, and I came to these aquas and also increased on the saturation, and I turned down the lightness just like that. Then I came to my greens, and what I did basically, I played around with this color and I took it all the way towards the aquas. Then I desaturated it just like that, so that the model can or could stand out a little bit more. So this is what I basically did. So after that, I came back up, and on this very adjustment layer, what I did, I came and opened up the shadows just like that to get the image to look a little bit better, just like that. So this is what I did in Capture One. And when you feel like you have color graded an area of the image that you don't want or you didn't want color grade in the first place, you can come and get your eraser tool. And with this color grading layer selected, you can just come and paint away the color grading from areas you don't want to be affected. And when you feel like you have gone overboard with the color grading, you can come to the opacity and simply turn down or reduce on the opacity of your overall color grading. So I'm just going to leave it to 100%. And I'll show you a quick before and after for the color grading for this very image. So this was the image before, and this is the after. Before, after. Just look at how beautiful and how magical it has turned out to be or look in this case. So after this, I just simply took the image into Photoshop to do the skin retouching, and I followed the usual procedures for skin retouching, and I have a couple of skin retouching tutorials. And those interested in purchasing my alerts or actions that are going to help you fasten or speed up your retouching process, you can simply check the links in the description of this video so that you can support this very channel for the content that I always create for you. So after color grading, you can simply get the pointer tool and simply right click on the image and come to edit with and take the image into Photoshop right here, and you're going to get this dialog box. And after that, just come, I prefer TIFF and I prefer 16-bit. The options I prefer uncompressed, and ICC profile is 98 for the base colors. Resolution is 300 pixels per inch, and the scale of course is fixed at 100%. And I come to edit variants, and the image is going to be opened into Photoshop for me to do skin retouching. So basically this is what I did. And if at all you love this, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe this channel. If at all you have been watching and not subscribed yet to this channel, Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching. I'll see you near more amazing tutorials. And don't forget to keep practicing and also keep creating.